Just over 2 years ago, I was driving home from church. I just finished the sermon and I was contemplating retirement. I knew I was at a place because of a burnout, adrenaline fatigue, the medical term. After 45 years of ministry, 2 million miles flying with American Airlines, with Little Bear and Mantle Ministries, pastoring for 14 years, just exhausted from ministry, I knew I had to step down. But the dilemma is I was between a rock and a hard place. I loved the ministry and I liked the ministry, but I didn't have the strength to do it. And then on top of that, I was turning my salary back into the church so that we could raise up somebody else to take over the position that I was leaving. And we had therefore Pastor Philip Telfer and another intern take that position. And so I knew it was the right thing in the right time, but I was fearful. I have to confess, it wasn't easy. And what was difficult was giving up the salary. I thought to myself, I'm going to have to work at Home Depot to make ends meet because my Social Security is not going to be enough for Marilyn and I. And I was thinking about all these trials and frustrations. Fear was gripping me. And I know that many of you listening have been there. And we get there and then we get better and we go back there again. And I knew that I had to trust the Lord. And just then, the Lord did the most amazing thing. As I was driving down the highway, there on the side of the road was a turkey vulture. They're very common here in Texas. And there's lots of food. And it was feeding on a deer or a fox or a coyote or some varmint. And the Lord out of the clear blue said to me, when's the last time you ever see a vulture fall out of the sky because it's starved to death as it's circling around looking for food and it just ran out of fuel and strength because it hadn't eaten, and boom, it hits your window or hits the hood of your car. And I said, Lord, I've never seen a vulture fall out of the sky and hit not my car, but anybody's car, or just hit the pavement. Then he said, when's the last time you saw a sparrow fall out of the sky? Like you park in a parking lot, you're crossing the parking lot to get to the market, and you're doing some walking, and bingo, a sparrow falls out of the sky and hits the ground right in front of you, starved to death. I said, Lord, I never seen a sparrow just fall out of the sky. He says, I told you about the sparrow because there's millions of sparrows worldwide. And in all your travels, you've never seen a sparrow fall out of the sky. As a matter of fact, nobody has ever seen a sparrow just fall out of the sky because it's starved. In fact, when's the last time you've seen sparrows just laying all over the road like they died or something because they ran out of food? He says, are you not much greater than a sparrow? Do you think that I'm going to leave you and forsake you and you're walking in fear? I want you to trust me. And it was such a great word that the Lord gave me. It reassured me that he wouldn't leave me. Do you know in all the scriptures between Matthew and all the way Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, all of the life of Jesus and its teachings, we don't have any instances of Jesus freaking out because somehow he's not going to make ends meet. He doesn't tell his disciples, oh man, we can't go on that missionary excursion to Jerusalem. We don't have the money for food and lodging along the way. So let's wait until we save up some money. You never see the Lord stressed because he doesn't have the cash. Somehow he believed that his Father would provide, and that's how he wants us to live. He wants us to live by faith, trusting in the Father, that the Father will meet all of our needs according to his riches through Christ Jesus. God is faithful. He feeds multitudes with just very little. Did you know that feed the multitude was a half year's wages? In modern currency, it'd be between $25,000 to $30,000. He needed that much to feed the multitudes, and he didn't freak out. He didn't give concern. He provided, and that's what the Lord wants to reassure us. When we doubt and that we think somehow that we're not going to be provided for, we are greater than sparrows and certainly greater than turkey vultures. God will meet all our needs. He will provide and he will not forsake. That's the promise that he gave me. It's now been about 3 years and God has been faithful. I haven't had to work at Home Depot or Walmart to make ends meet. Somehow God has provided and he will provide for you. Latch on to this promise. Trust God and fear not. I leave you with this word to pause and ponder.